All right, folks, let's just get right on into it. What do you say? Hey, it's me. How's it going? Hi. Welcome to another Thursday night drum stream. Be Drummin here on GiantBomb.com. Thank you for joining me. As always, it's time to rock. That's what I think. There is a theme this week. I'm going to let this go for like 2 or 3 songs, and I think you'll figure out what it is. But, every once in a while it's fun to have people guess, so why don't we do that? I'm going to hit the A button on the video game, then I'm going to transfer it over to the video game, and then we're going to start the video game, what the music plays out of. Sound like a plan? All right. There's the video game. Whew. And that's how we're kicking things off tonight with some somewhat recent Megadeth. I don't think I've ever actually heard that full album. No idea if it's any good or not. That song's fun. Now for something a little bit tonally different, but on theme, which I'm still leaving to you to figure out. You'll get there.
tape parade when the plastic on the safe is blown away. We all gaze from eye to eye as we mouth a silent goodbyes. The valley sleeping like a bastard. It stinks of slumber and disaster. Two words I spoke on the top wire. The agent's ploy finds a surefire backfire. It was a perfect crime.
perfect crime. It was almost a perfect playthrough. Almost. Just missed one. Damn. I don't have the numbers in front of me. I don't have the charts to prove it, but I'm just going to go on a limb and lay claim to being the only person who has intentionally put Megadeth followed by the Decemberists on a playlist ever. Unless, I mean, the only person doing it. I mean, I'm sure some iPod shell somewhere has made that mistake before, but, you know, it is what it is. If you haven't figured out the theme yet, why don't we give you one more? And then then hopefully by then you've got it. I'm sure some people have it, but here we go. Yes. This is the 10th episode, a number that we track because, you know, we track numbers and we mark these things. So this is a playlist of number songs. That's it. That's the whole thing. It's not that deep. I just did that. Valentine in the chat saying, I can't wait for the curveball theme and the numbers being a red herring. No, absolutely no red herring. No deeper meaning than that. There might be a sub-theme in here later as we go on that you will probably pick up on at some point. But no, it's just number songs. That's it. I wasn't thinking that hard about it this week. So that is what it is. Thank you again for joining me here on Be Drummin on Giant Bomb. We're going to play through a bunch more, and then I'm going to take a little break. Let's just keep it moving. Here's another one. The number 4.
Well, they were giving me great to go, right in the sun. They loosened the screws at the back of the tongue. But though no one
I meant to say at the top of this, there are slightly fewer songs this week. One, I needed a little bit of a breather after last week. Here's the hilarious thing. It's only like 5 or 10 minutes shorter than the normal playlist, even though there are a couple of really long songs on here. It's not that, you'll see when they happen. You'll know. You'll know. You'll know. Here's another one that's not as long. It's like 5 minutes, which is appropriate. Here you go. Okay, this next one, there's a solo in it, and I'm gonna fuck it up. I'm gonna fuck it up bad. But I don't care. One, because I want to play it, and two, the only other song that has the number 6 in it that I wouldn't be able to use is a Five Finger Death Punch song, and no one needs that in their life. So here we go.
If the sun refuses to shine, I don't mind. I don't mind. If the mountains fell in the sea, let it be. It ain't me. Yeah. Now if a 6 turned out to be 9, oh, I don't mind. Oh, I don't mind. If all the hippies cut off all their hair, oh, I don't care. Oh, I don't care. Dig. White collar conservative flashing down the street, pointing their plastic finger at me. They're hoping soon my kind will drop and die, but I'm gonna wave my freak flag high. High! Wow! Fall mountains, just don't fall on me. Go it on, Mr. Businessman. You can't dress like me. Yeah. Nobody know what I'm talking about. Got my own life to live. I'm the one who's gonna have to die when it's time for me to die. So let me live my life the way I want it to. Yeah. Sing on, brother. Play on, drummer.
80% on that solo, I'll take it. That's probably about the best I'm ever gonna do on that shit. Whew. I love that song. It's very fun to play. It is a nightmare. I adore it, but I hate it, but I love it. Let that freak flag fly, drummer. Okay. Let's say 4 more, and we'll take a little break. I'll chat with all of y'all. This next one is also kind of a nightmare, but a very fun one, and probably not as bad as the last one. Here we go. I love this song. Why are people talking in the chat about I don't trust people who don't like music? I know I said that. What came up in the chat? I'd love to know. No one's gonna tell me. All right, fine. Fuck it. Whatever. I said it once, and I stand by it. Don't trust anyone who doesn't like any kind of music at all. Just can't do it. Can't do it. Won't do it. So there. Let's do a few more. The next couple, a little lighter, after those marathon songs. Here we go. Chill it out a little bit. Well, not chill, but, easier. Folks, if I seem a little out of it tonight, one, I'm out of it. Two, it is already unconscionably hot in here. It should be illegal for any room to ever be this hot. I have a fan going. I have a window open. I'm doing the best I can, but I am in a room with two PCs and an Xbox One X. And that's a recipe for sweaty hog bod, if I ever heard one. So there. I promise it's not the edibles. This next one is for my Rock Band 2 heads out there. Surely you remember this one.
Back to the street where we began, feeling as good as lovers can, you know. Now we're feeling so good, picking up things we shouldn't read. It looks like the end of history as we know. It's just the end of the world. Back to the street where we began, feeling as good as love you could, you can. Into a place where thoughts can bloom, into a room where it's 9 in the afternoon. And we know that it could be, and we know that it should, and you know that you feel it too. 'Cause it's 9 in the afternoon, and your eyes are the size of the moon. You good 'cause you can, so you do. We're feeling so good, just the way that we do when it's 9 in the afternoon. Your eyes are the size of the moon. You good 'cause you can, so you do. We're feeling so good. Back to the street, down to our feet, losing the feeling of feeling unique. Do you know what I mean? Back to the place where we used to say, man, it feels good to feel this way. And now I know what I mean. Back to the street, back to the place, back to the room where it all began. Back to the room where it all began. 'Cause it's 9 in the afternoon. Your eyes are the size of the moon. You're good 'cause you can, so you do. We're feeling so good, just the way that we do. When it's 9 in the afternoon. Your eyes are the size of the moon. You're good 'cause you can, so you do. We're feeling so good, just the way that we do. When it's 9 in the afternoon. Your eyes are the size of the moon. You're good 'cause you can, so you do. We're feeling so good, just the way that we do. When it's 9 in the afternoon.
I think that's the end of the drum part, but I'm just gonna stay cat-like readiness just in case they throw something else at me. I don't think there's anything else, but I don't want to be caught unawares by those sneaks panic at the disco. Those little rascals. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. Pretty sure that's it. Yeah, that's it. Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure. Whew. Just be glad I played that one and not High Hopes. Never. Well, let's not say never, but not without specific malice in mind. This next one, before we take a break and I talk to the chat, is from an off-requested band, and I regret to inform you that the one I picked is the one there's a questionable cover of, as opposed to one of the masters. Sorry, it fit the theme. I apologize that this is how I'm introducing them to these playlists. It is what it is. Here we go.
Sure is even the way you're driving.
like anything you do as anyone you are. 'Cause I 10 speed God's blood and bury your heart. 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 10 speed God's blood.
If you had told me that was a cover of that song by a band that didn't really sound like Coheed and Cambria, I would say that's not bad. That's not a bad attempt. But for a cover band that's trying to sound like Coheed and Cambria, it doesn't really get all the way there, is the way I'll put that. My theory always was that this was the one they were going to put on the Rock Band 1 soundtrack, and then Coheed and Cambria heard this and were like, no, we'll get you a different song. We don't have the masters for that one. Just seriously, don't put that in the game. And they sold it as a DLC instead, and they put Welcome Home on the disc. That's my theory. I'm sticking by it. Ah, folks. Why don't you line your questions up in the chat, and I will answer them. I will also do a little bit of housekeeping here. So, as of now, the drum streams will continue on Thursday nights as planned. And I'll probably continue doing the trucking things on Tuesdays. We'll see where else I get to fit in other things. But I will probably, at some point down the road, try and change things up a little bit. Did spend some time on eBay looking at used copies of the Guitar Hero games that have the drums in them. We'll see if I pull those together at some point, but I figured at the very least it would be fun to play the songs that never made it into this video game. That could be a fun way to do something. Maybe. We'll see. I also wanted to get this one out there as early as possible so people know it's coming. This is week 10 of We Be Drummin'. And I figure when we get to Unlucky 13, we should do something else for that. So, week 13, which is, we got a couple more before that, assuming we're all still here by then. I've probably spent too much time in the car with Jeff Gersman because I have a strong and unruly desire to play the worst music imaginable for a whole playlist. Now, I want you to know this ahead of time so I don't surprise you with it. I think that's one people should be prepped for. So you got a couple of weeks. Tell your friends. Let everyone know. Last week you thought we committed music crimes before. We are going to be tried at The Hague for what we are going to pull out of this video game. So just, gird your loins for that. It's going to be a time. The thing is, if I just keep playing the good music, I know I pepper bad songs here and there just to kind of, keep people on their toes. But if I keep just playing the good songs, at some point we're going to end up getting to the end of this, and all I have left is fucking Nickelback. And no one wants that. Like, literally no one wants that. So I think an occasional purging of the bad material in this video game is good for the soul. So that's what we're going to do. I will call it Purge Week. So get ready for that. Get ready for Purge Week. It's a few weeks away. In the meantime, we will do more playlists of music I don't think is complete trash, for the most part. And with that, I'm going to start taking a couple of questions here. Autumn Shank asking, song you like to play with the longest duration? I think you'll find out tonight. I'll leave that. Avid Demon asking, is there a way for me to get back into Rock Band without spending an insane amount of money? No. Unless you already have instruments and the adapters, then no, there's not. I'm sorry. There really isn't. Literally on their Twitter account today, they were telling someone, no, go to Craigslist. Which, that's ever a solution. More 714 asking, what's the worst cover you've ever heard? Ooh. That's a tough one. I've heard some pretty bad ones, though I've mostly shut them out of my memory. I will say that there was... So I was in Hawaii a couple years ago. You may remember there was a missile warning. We were at some tiki bar somewhere, and there was a cover band that was passable for the most part, but they tried to do a special song, and it was like the entire band had just found out moments beforehand that they were playing it. It was wretched. Sorry. You weren't a bad cover band, but you really fucked that one up. If you're just talking about, like, songs covered by bands in general, Disturbed's The Sounds of Silence is maybe one of the most needless atrocities of music I've ever heard. Ever. And it's in this video game, so get ready for that. Let's see. Let's see. Mycotron in 1980 says, Stain did a cover of Sober by Tool that was just uncalled for. Yeah. No, don't cover Tool. Like, just don't do it. No matter how good you can do it, you're not going to do it satisfactorily. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. I don't love modern Tool, and I don't really care that much about Tool, but I also know that when you see Tool, you want to see Tool doing Tool. You don't want to see some other guys doing Tool. They are maybe the most, I don't want to see other guys playing that band in the world. Up there. Way up there. Limp Bizkit's Behind Blue Eyes, not good, but nowhere near as bad as some of the other ones out there. It's not, like, it's better than it should be. I mean, it's no Faith. They clearly hit the mark with Faith and should have just stopped there, but they didn't. Puddle of Mud covering Nirvana, yes, finally we get back to that. God. Dr. Fat32 saying, have you ever written any drum tracks for your current or previous bands? I'm going to assume you just mean, do you mean for the video game, or do you mean in general? Because I write most of the drum, I make the drum parts for most of the bands that I've been in. Like, there have been certain songs where guys like, hey, this is the beat I'm looking for, and then I go, okay, and I do that. But a lot of times it's kind of left to me to find the beats. So that's what I do. If you mean for the video game, no. I have never charted anything. I watched some of the audio department people chart some stuff back when I worked at Harmonix. It is a process, and it takes a certain amount of talent to do it well. I mean, I know it is literally just like hitting the parts and making everything work the way it's supposed to, but that takes more work than you would think it would. There's a reason why they only put out 2 songs a week now. I'll take 1 or 2 more. Chris, who is your favorite drummer? God, that's a hard one. I like so many different drummers for so many different reasons. John Bonham was a very big influence. Tim Alexander from Primus was a very big influence. Danny Carey from Tool was a very big influence. I'd say my favorite, I mean, this is slightly cheating because it's from my favorite band, and he's not the most dynamic drummer. Brand from Mastodon also. Brand is fucking amazing. Abe Cunningham from the Deftones, I think, is one of the more underrated and interesting drummers in hard rock metal anywhere. Dude just does really, really neat, intricate stuff that is not overly showy, and I love that. And obviously, Mickey Hart from the Dead, who is one of the reasons I got into drumming in the first place. Amor saying, I'm so bummed the Deftones Gojira Poppy tour is postponed. Yeah, I mean, look, they're all going to be postponed at this point, and we all know that's for the best. It fucking sucks. I totally would have gone to that show, but it is what it is. All right. Yes, Gene Hoglan. Shout out to Gene Hoglan. Gene Hoglan is a fucking wizard of metal drumming. All right, I will take some more questions in a little bit. This is actually a short section. I'm just going to do like 5 more. One of them is very long, but not the longest. These are just more numbers. Like this one, which is actually an absence of numbers, but you math nerds can argue that.
empty, just like me.
Why is Bullet for Butterfly Wings not in this game? I mean, look, I'm not necessarily eager to go out and give Billy Corgan money at this point in my life either, but it just feels like it should be? I don't know. Like, if you need to convince him, just tell him you'll put a Zwan song in there or something, and then, you know, I'm sure he'll be stoked that someone remembered Zwan. Whatever you gotta do. Just, that's one that should be in there, I think. Anyway, let's move on. Here's some more numbers. Well, I didn't skip leg day this week. Leg singular. Whew. Ow. All right, let me just stretch out the old calf muscle there for a second. Oh, what are people in chat arguing about? What are they arguing? They argue about music again. Always Be Clothing asks, why are there no Bare Naked Ladies songs in Rock Band? There's 2. One of them is 1 week. The other one is, well, it's weird. Ugh. All right. Let's play a few more, and then I'll take some more questions from the chat. What do you say? I don't remember what the next one I put on here is. Let's find out. Ah, great.
Sleep all day, out all night. I know where you're going. I don't think that's acting right. You don't think
song, very good. That drum part, very good. A personal favorite. If that's funk number 49, you can imagine how good the other 48 funks are. There's at least 49 funks. We know that much. All right, here's a couple more. I'm going to take a little breather. I'm going to need it, not after this next one, but the one after. This one's a little softer. Here we go.
When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. When I go out, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. If I get drunk, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who gets drunk next to you. And if I heaver, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's heavering to you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. But I'm watching, 'cause I know I'm gonna be the man who's working hard for you. And when the money comes in for the work I do, I'll pass almost every penny on to you. When I come home, oh, I know I'm gonna be the man who comes back home to you. And if I drove, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who's going over you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. When I'm lonely, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who's lonely without you. And when I'm dreaming, well, I know I'm gonna dream about the time when I'm with you. When I go out, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. And when I come home, yes, I know I'm gonna be the man who comes back home with you. I'm gonna be the man who's coming home with you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walks 1,000 miles to fall down at your door.
Look, it's not a great song, but it's catchy as hell. It's enjoyable, bouncy, fun, peppy, up-tempo, snappy. There's some words. It's a great chorus. I don't know about the rest of the song. It's a great chorus. That's what I'll give it. Okay. One more song, and then I'm going to take a little break. The good news is you've got about 10 minutes to come up with it. Here we go. Ah! Got into like a weird fugue state with that hi-hat roll, which goes on for 70 hours. I lost time during that. But I got there. I think that's the first time I've ever done that entire snare or entire hi-hat roll without fucking one up. So I'll take that as the damn victory. Holy shit. Whew. Oh, that was a keeper. All right, folks. Well, before we get into the last 10 songs of this playlist, let's see what kind of questions we got from the old chat. Can I scroll down and see how long that note streak was? 2,725. That was the streak. So that's what I got there. There are like 5,000 notes in that game, so close to it anyway. Someone said I should get a racing wheel. Yeah, look, the peer pressure's working. We'll get there. Fist Plaps saying Buddy Rich versus Max Roach. Who wins? Buddy Rich, because he just punched Max in the face at a certain point. I don't know. They're both fucking incredible drummers. I don't really know how to compare them. Like I said, I just think Buddy Rich was meaner, so he probably takes the edge. Dramata saying, do you have a band you really like that you thought wasn't great live? Yes. I feel like I do have answers for this. Let me think off the top of my head. So the one I can think of, and this is not always true, like I've seen them live before and they were pretty fucking great. But I have always found the energy of Primus live, especially in later years, not nearly as enjoyable as it was in the older days. I don't think they've become a bad live band or anything, but there's a very like low energy quality to some of their live sets these days, and I think they're getting older, so they're probably just not throwing as much of themselves into it as possible. But that said, I will say the last time I saw Primus live, it was not my favorite. It was the tour they did with Mastodon. Mastodon, great. Mastodon also, though, I will say I love them live, but I've seen them live like 5 or 6 times now, and though the songs change, the energy of their set very rarely changes. And so I kind of feel like I've seen their show. You know what I mean? They're always impressive, but I feel like the energy of a Mastodon show is pretty consistent across the board. I also saw Battles live once, and I like Battles as a concept, but live, or at least at the venue I went to, it was just a lot of echoey noise. I didn't really get much out of it. Let's see what else we got. I had a lot of people talking about the worst bands they saw live. Fair enough. Let's see what else we've got. Are there any Whiplash songs on Rock Band? No. Tragically. Dr. Fat asking if I didn't play the drums, what would I like to play in the band? I mean, I wanted to learn guitar when I was younger. I just have zero aptitude for it at all. I feel like at this point, if I wanted to learn bass and I had infinite time, I might try. I just don't think I'm ever going to wrap my head around guitars in general, so I don't think it's going to happen. But yeah, probably guitar. I would have loved to. But I'm just not good at it. Let's see what else we got. Fistflaps asking, have I ever played any other percussion, like a xylophone or glockenspiel? No, I have played bongos on stuff, but I am not a bongo player. That is not how I would describe myself. There are people who are very good at percussion drums, who have a specialty in that, and I would not say that I have that, but I've done it. I did think about joining marching band for a little while, but at the time, I was just like, you know what, jazz band seems like it would be easier. Less music reading, even though there's still a lot of music reading, so I chose that instead. I would have loved to have become like a drumline snare player. I thought that would be super fun. I just never did. Let's see what else we got. Take one or two more, and then we will finish out this playlist. Because the end of this playlist is going to take a while. S. Deebs saying best Big Four of thrash band. It's Slayer. It just is. It just is. Whatever you think of their later material, it's Slayer. It's 100% Slayer. I not even. It's not even much of an argument for me. Like, I love the other big three, but it's not. It's just Slayer in a walk for me. Okay, here's actually a good one. I'll take this last one from Kane Highwind. Black Flag, Minor Threat, Big Black, or Fugazi. Ooh. Here's the thing. I think I listened to more Black Flag when I was growing up than I did any of the other bands, but I think Fugazi is the best of those bands. I didn't come to Fugazi until long after they had stopped doing the band. So that's my personal thing. I think I have the sentimental fondness for Black Flag in its various incarnations, but Fugazi is the best of those bands. Minor Threat, also amazing. I actually don't know very much Big Black. I don't really know them super well. Yes, we must rank everything. I agree. Ranking things is fun. Ranking with fighters. Perhaps you've seen it on GiantBomb.com. It's a series we do. Speaking of GiantBomb.com, we got a sale going right now. I don't know if you've heard that. It's still going for the rest of the weekend, the rest of May. So get in there. Sign up for premium, $35 for the year. Maybe watch some ranking of fighters. I want to do a ranking series of every Nicolas Cage movie. I'm just going to say it out loud now so that it's on record and say I want to do it. I need to find the right people to do it with, though, because I feel like I need some like genuine obsessives to do that right. And I feel like there's a podcast series in that. It could be very fun. I just need to make sure people are on board with the process because there's some... You're going to have to do some work on that one. Ranking of the Cage. You heard it here first. I'm not promising when I will do that, but I would really like to do that. I think that there is fun to be had in trying to create objective rankings of just genuinely insane acting and films. So we'll see. I'll figure out who wants to actually do that with me at some point. Someone clearly who is not in their right mind. And with that, I can't call it Cage Match because I feel like there are like 17 Nicolas Cage podcasts that are all called Cage Match of some kind. There are a lot of them. A lot of them sprang up over the years. I don't know how many people listen to them, but I did a cursory search, and it seems like a lot of people have tried to do various Nicolas Cage-themed podcasts and things. Nathan Rabin, formerly of AV Club, has a thing going right now where he's going through every Nicolas Cage and John Travolta movie at the same time and like comparing them. It's something about Cage. It brings it out in people. I don't know why, but it does. And it's something that I feel like I need to give myself over to again someday. Possibly be podcast in video form. Probably not through writing essays because that nearly killed me the last time. So we'll see. All right. These next 10 songs all have a little bit of a theme going of their own. I'm sure you'll pick up on it fast enough. Let's get to it.
Just
Love a song that just goes balls out on the saxophone to close things out. Can't argue with that. Let's move on.
Counting all different ideas drifting away. Past and present, they don't matter, now the future sorted out. Watch you moving in elliptical, but I think it's not what you say. What you say is way too complicated. For a minute, thought I couldn't tell how to fall out. It's 20 seconds till the last call. Going hey, I lie now, you know it's easy. Like waiting it all the summer long, and I'll be anything you ask and more. Going hey, it's not a miracle we needed, and no, I wouldn't let you think so. Fold it, fold it, fold it, fold it. Fold it, fold it, fold it, fold it. Girlfriend, oh, your girlfriend's drifting away. Past and present, 80, 55, 1901. Watch them build up a material tower, think it's not gonna stay. Anyway, think it's overrated. For a minute, thought I couldn't tell how to fall out. It's 20 seconds till the last call. Going hey, I lie now, you know it's easy. Like waiting it all the summer long, and I'll be anything you ask and more. Going hey, it's not a miracle we needed, and no, I wouldn't let you think so. Fold it, fold it, fold it, fold it. Fold it, fold it, fold it, fold it. Fold it, fold it, fold it, fold it. Fold it, fold it, fold it, fold it.
Is Phoenix still around? Really haven't heard from them in a while. I used to really like that band. I have not looked into them in a while. World Dude says yes, they are. Good. Glad to hear it. They're fun. Whew. All right, let's keep going. I got dinner waiting for me. Leftover pizza. Woohoo!
Alright. Well, it's 1969, okay. War across the USA. It was another year for me and you. Another year with nothing to do. It's another year for me and you. Another year with nothing to do. Now last
I'm very sweaty. It's very hot in here, and it's only gonna get hotter as the summer wears on. I'm gonna be a real damp boy if we keep doing these streams. But you know what? Damn it. I don't care. I will perspire profusely for all of you for as long as we are stuck here. So there. Let's go.
With a heart
All right. Oh, there's my back. Gotta stretch it out. Oh, all right. Let's keep it moving. I just gotta keep moving. If I'm like a shark, if I stop too much, I'm gonna crash and then it's gonna be bad. So let's just keep moving.
I've been here looking dynamite alone against the wall. Girls like you give it all so cold, talking cheap in a bathroom stall. And you look so smooth, you better tell me the truth. Would you trade me out for someone cool? I know you better than you do, so put out your cigarette and kiss me on the lips tonight. Me and you and me, let's go back, let's go back. 1983 is calling. I've been on my knees and crawling back to you. It's coming all back to me. 1983. I've got something that I kept inside, and the blood is on the blade. You're there sucking on your lollipop like you haven't aged a day. And it ain't so pretty when you're playing cute, when your body's up against a fool. Does it feel it? 'Cause I feel it. Me and you and me, let's go back, let's go back. 1983 is calling. I've been on my knees and crawling back to you. It's coming all back to me. 1983, the year I was born. I won't be ignored. So get your feet on the floor. I'm the only one. Are you afraid? I still make you you and me, let's go back to 1983. Me and you and me, let's go back to 1983. Let's go back, let's go back. 1983 is calling. I've been on my knees and crawling back to you. It's coming all back to me. 1983. Let's go back, let's go back. 1983 is calling. I've been on my knees and crawling back to you. It's coming all back to me. 1983.
Whew. I want to say that I discovered Neon Trees because a girl I went on a couple of dates with told me to listen to them, and they're all right. But I knew who the band was before they got put in the video game, and then the songs were in the video game, and that's cool. They're all right. They're all right. Remember, every band is someone's favorite band. One of the many sayings we have around here. Like, I don't trust anyone who doesn't listen to any kind of music. Every band is someone's favorite band. Every band. Let's move on.
High strung, young and dumb, 1999. In 1990. In 1999. In 1990. In 1999. Back then we were trading cars behind the swings. Oh no, now it's money, gold and diamond rings. Now those days are over and we're all ghosts. We used to sleep all day, talk all night, sail by the TV line. Oh, but when you bathe the teeth, they ain't milky white. Wipe the stardust from your eyes. Oh, I said, oh, come on, love, we'll be just fine. We're gonna live just like it's 1999. In 1990. In 1999. In 1990. In 1999. Oh no, where does it go? Where would ever fill your body up with chemicals? Oh no, kaleidoscopes. Where would ever live in better? In 1990. In 1999. In 1990. In 1999. Nintendo, Atari, Sega's my Ferrari. I got it, I want it, in 1990. Sony, electronics, voodoo, economics. I got it, I love it, in 1999.
Whew. If only Prince's 1999 were in there, I totally would have played that, but they don't have any Prince music in that video game, which is unfortunate. But I'm going to go out on a limb and say that the Prince estate probably wants a lot of money, that sort of thing. Like a lot. Getting Prince stuff on streaming services at all felt like a minor miracle. I kind of feel like Harmonix these days is probably not going to be getting the Prince catalog anytime soon. It's tragic. Well, let's not dwell on it. Let's move on. Into another century.
I can't believe it, the way you look sometimes, like a trampled flag on a city street. Oh yeah, and I don't want it. The things you're offering me, similar
Now, see, when I was making this playlist, I actually had the choice between a couple of 21st century songs, and I was having a hard time deciding which one I was going to play, so I picked them both. Whew. Yes, look, that song's corny as hell, but this was, again, Broadway era Green Day. The very, going for the rock opera as much as humanly possible. So there's a certain amount of corniness that's just kind of baked into that. You know? They really thought they were gonna make something really significant. And they did. It was called Dookie. And then, well, couple more songs. Couple more. No more Green Day. But there is some more Billy Joel. Got a little time here. Getting ready. Gotta wind up. This is the best Billy Joel song. That's not irony or hyperbole. It's the best Billy Joel song. Is what I think.
Seen the lights go out on Broadway. I saw the Empire State laid low. And life went on beyond the Palisades. They all bought Cadillacs and left there long ago. They held a concert out in Brooklyn to watch the island bridges blow. They turned our power down and drove us underground, but we went right on with the show.
Everyone put your lighters up. Get those flames going. Carefully. Responsibly. Just enjoy the outro. Whew. Well, that's the last of my water. We've only got one more song. And it's going to be a doozy, folks. I think I will probably say my goodbyes during this song. This great song. A song so good that it overcomes the handicap of being inspired by Ayn Rand. You know, it's good enough to make me forget that whole part of the equation and just enjoy the song. This is, of course, 2112 by Rush. We'll talk more in a minute. Here we go. I was going to have to do this eventually. Might as well get out of the way now, right? I mean, it fits the theme, it's the whole thing. Yeah, let's do it. And with that, we have a little bit of time before we return to the song part of the thing. So, this is not a 90-second pause. It's a 90-measure pause. Got a little time here. Folks, as always, thank you for joining me on this here stream, on these Be Drummin streams, on the trucking streams, on whatever streams we're doing. We really appreciate you sticking with us all this time. We have a sale going on. I figure now's as good a time as any to plug that in the middle of the song. $35 for the year until the end of May. You have until the very last day of May, and then after that, it goes back to full price. So if you haven't done so yet, and you want to sign up, no better time than now. No better time than now. We will continue to stream for as long as they let us. And by they, I mean the greater they. The they. You know what I mean? No, of course you don't. I'm tired. It's hot. I can feel my consciousness starting to slip in and out a little bit. It's real sweat lodgy in here. Muggy. Thick. It's a little much. I might need to figure out some kind of air conditioning solution because this fan I got going is good, but it's not good enough. Really need to boost that up a little bit. Boost it as high as we possibly can. Fortunately, this is not a good room for air conditioning, so I may just have to grit it out. We have AC in the apartment, just not in this room. This is the only one that doesn't have it. It's mildly tragic. Mild. All right. Well, we'll let Getty take it away from here.
See how it sings like a sad heart and joyously screams out its pain. Sounds that build high like a mountain on notes that fall gently like rain.
Whoever in the chat just said shirtless drumming. Absolutely not. No one needs that in their life. No one.
I can't wait to share this new wonder. The people will all see its light. Let them all make their own music. The priest praise my name on this night.
I wandered home.
They make you wait on this
through
last one.
silent streets
Stretch it out a little bit.
and fell into a fitful sleep. Escape to realms beyond the night. Dream, can't you show me light? I stand at top of spirals there. A miracle confronts me there. He leads me on night years away through astral nights, galactic days. I see the works of gifted hands that grace the strange and wondrous land. I see the hand of men arise with hungry mind and open eyes. They left our planets long ago. The elder race still learn and grow. Their power grows with purpose strong to claim the home where they belong. Home to tear the temples down. Home to change.
Gonna finish this out. Strong, powerful.
The sleep is still in my eyes. The dream is still in my head. I heave a sigh and sadly smile and lie a while in bed. I wish that it might come to pass, not fade like all my dreams.
Okay, even if that's not the end of a 16-hour stream, that still takes it out of you, let me tell you. Whew. My God. All right. On that note, I think we're going to say goodbye. I was never going to full combo that one, but personal best, I'll take that. Holy shit. I got to get out of this room. I got to get out. I have to go out there and eat food and not be in this room because it's too hot. Thank you, as always, for joining me here on Be Drummin on GiantBomb.com. Stay tuned to the site. Not tonight. I think we're done here. I'm looking at the thing. I don't think there's any more streams tonight. But tomorrow, more stuff, more premium stuff, more hotspot, more Clue Crew. They're going to try Carmen Sandiego again. Don't know how it'll go. Give it a shot. We'll see. I will see you all tomorrow on the website. Have a good evening or morning, whatever it is you're doing, wherever you are. Have a good one. We'll see you next time.